So, shalom day to everyone. So, for today, we will be discussing our module number 2. Our module number 2 is entitled The Evolution of Traditional to New Media. So, now let's talk about the evolution of media. So, as you can see here, diba, people from the past generation are using rocks just to provide an information or communicate with the other people. So, ano yung susunod? Diba? Gumagamit na sila ng feathers. So, kagaya na lang ng ginawa ni Dr. Jose Rizal na gumagamit siya ng ink para makapagsulat. And after that one, susunod na yung nagkaroon ng mass publication wherein, diba, yung mga libro ay pinapublish na or inilalabas na. And after those mass publication, susunod naman natin is si newspaper. So noong panahon noon na hindi pa masyadong kilala yung computer and yung internet, 'di ba? Marami tayong makikitang newspaper every Sunday, every Saturday, they are selling newspaper. But nowadays, 'di ba, masyado nang kumbaga konti na lang yung nakikita nating nagbebenta ng newspaper. So ano yung susunod? Photography, 'di ba? And after the photography, lumabas na yung television. So, hindi ko alam kung naabutan nyo ba yung television na black and white or yung nasa kahon, 'di ba? So, doon yun yung ginagamit na communication sa bawat tao. Nang sa ganon, mas mapadali yung pag-spread ng information. And after this television, sumunod na yung computer na hanggang ngayon ay patuloy nating ginagamit. So, from rock, napunta na tayo dito sa generation wherein sobrang dali na lang na makapag-access ng information or makipag-communicate with the other people. So now we will be discussing the McLuhan mantra. So McLuhan mantra has two contributions. So first one is he is famous for the phrase the medium is the message and also the technological determinism. So let's talk about first what is this the medium is the message. So in this quotation, according to McLuhan mantra, people are focusing on how they are going to receive and send information rather than information itself. So how about the technological determinism? So when we say technological determinism, society is driven by changes in media and communication technology, adapts to advances in technology. So users and consumers adapt their behavior to the features and perceived benefits of this technology, oftentimes making people overly reliant to the use of the technology. So dito, when we say technological determinism, si society mismo ang nag-a-adjust sa bawat updated na technology. So meaning, pag once na nagbago ang technology, si society rin ay magbabago. Example na lang, 'di ba? Commonly na nakikita natin, kapag may inilabas na bagong iPhone, yung mga tao, bibili sila kaagad ng iPhone. Doon pa lang nakikita na natin na nakadepende sila doon sa technology. So feeling nila kapag binili nila 'yon, 'di ba? Magiging sikat na sila. So, minsan pa, dahil sa sobrang paggamit natin ng technology, nagbabago na rin yung behavior natin, kung paano tayo makitungo sa iba, kung paano tayo magsalita, kung paano tayo mag-isip. Example na lang, dahil sa technology na meron tayo, yung communication sa isang family, including our friends, nagbabago na din. So noon, every time na magkakaroon tayo ng bonding or outing, talagang yung communication ay maganda yung impact niya. Pero ngayon, kapag once na nagkaroon ng outing, ano yung kadalasang ginagawa ng mga taong nag-outing or nagbabanding? They are focusing on their cellphone, on their gadgets. Kaya sobrang hirap talaga kapag hinayaan natin yung sarili natin na ma-addict sa paggamit ng technology. Mas mainam kung iiwasan natin or limitahan natin yung sarili natin. Para nang sa ganun, kapag nawalan tayo ng technology, at least, di ba, kumpleto pa rin yung araw natin. Meron kasi yung iba na kapag hindi sila nakagamit ng cellphone, masyado silang nag-aalala. Example na lang, kapag may pupuntahan silang isang lugar and then nakalimutan nila yung cellphone nila, ano yung unang-una nilang gagawin? Diba? Hindi sila makapag-focus sa bagay na ginagawa nila kasi ang laman ng isip nila, babalikan ba nila yung cellphone nila, yung technology nila or hindi. So now, let's proceed to the evolution of media and communication technology according to McLuhan's 1962. So, kanina, may nag-discuss din ako sa inyo na evolution. So, kung mapapansin nyo, medyo kapareho lang din siya nung kay McLuhan. So, yung pinakakauna-unahang communication ng mga tao ay through the use of first written word. So, kung kilala nyo si Moises, diba? Gumawa siya ng 10 commandments and then iniukit niya yon sa isang bato. So, our second evolution is the movable type. So, nilagay ko dito yung itsura ng movable type. So, itong mga nakikita nyo na maliliit na box, yan yung mga letter na kung saan iniukit sa pamamagitan ng mga wood. And then, ito namang kulay puti ay yung coupon. So, once na nagawa na nila and then na-i-arrange na nila yung bawat word na inukit nila dito, then lalagyan na nila ng ink itong mga word na to and then si coupon, ilalagay nila dito. So, sa pamamagitan nun, magkakaroon na ng letter. Magagawa na yung information. So, ano yung pangatlo? Mass publication. Ito na yung mga books na ginagamit natin. So, susunod ay si email. Wherein, until now, meron pa rin or napaka-useful pa rin ng email sa bawat isa sa atin. So, ano ang susunod? Yung Twitter. 'Di ba? So, mostly ng mga tao, they have their Twitter kasi ginagamit natin to hindi lang to provide an information with the other people or to communicate with them, but also para ilagay natin kung ano yung tumatakbo sa isip natin na hindi natin masabi sa ibang tao. A media form that emerges from an older form has its features and format primarily patterned from the one that it followed. So, si media form dito, ang sabi, 'di ba, hindi siya binago lahat-lahat. Kumbaga, dinagdagan lang yung isang media form. So, I'll be giving you an example. Si Facebook. So, noon si Facebook, magpo-post ka lang, magko-comment ka lang. Hanggang sa nagkaroon na ng different reaction. Dati, like lang, nagkaroon na ng puso, ng haha, ng yung nagulat na emoji. And then, after nun, sumunod naman yung nagdagdag ulit sila ng pwede ka nang mag-my day, mag-live, yung bibigyan ka ng badge, mag-create ng room. 'Di ba? So, dun pa lang makikita natin na si Facebook, hindi nila binago yung lahat-lahat. Kumbaga, nagdagdag lang sila ng nagdagdag. In-upgrade nila yung Facebook. So, next one, the internet is not exactly an original concept, but rather a hybrid or derivative of the older form, such as the print media, broadcast media, and film. So, dito, kay internet, ibig niya lang sabihin, yung mga media natin noon, 'di ba? Nagkaroon lang ng mix version, 'di ba? Ng bagong version. So, example na lang natin is si broadcast media noon, if we are going to watch news through television lang. But through the use of the internet na, pwede na natin siya panoorin, mapa-Facebook man yan, at mapa-YouTube. Nagiging updated na tayo. So, how about the mobile phones? So, mobile phones are built on the old idea of the telephony, smartphones, and tablets. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung before tayo nagkaroon ng magandang cellphone ngayon na pwede kang mag-download ng online games or offline games, diba? Nag-start tayo sa telephone. Wherein, idadial natin yung tao and then sumunod yung smartphones natin at nagkaroon na ng tablet. So, palaki ng palaki yung mga cellphone natin and then syempre, depende na rin yan sa design. Kung it's either palalakihin ng designer or paliliitin, dadagdagan pa ng another feature yung phone natin. Example na lang, yung cellphone noon, iisa lang yung camera. Pero ngayon, 'di ba? Nagkaroon ng 2, 3, 4, and then siguro dadagdagan at dadagdagan pa rin nila yon. So doon pa lang makikita na natin na bawat technology, bawat media nag-upgrade yan. So now we will be discussing the difference between hot and cold media. So this will be the sample of the McLuhan's media map of history. So later we will be discussing this tribal age, literate age, print age, and electronic age. But now we are already here in the electronic age. So now let's proceed to hot media. So when we say hot media, it refers to forms requiring little involvement from the audience. And examples are film and television. So bakit nga ba siya tinawag na hot media? Because they cannot be touched and thus the experience is relatively passive and static. So sa film, diba, and television, anong ginagawa natin dito? We are just a viewer and listener ng information. We cannot send feedback doon sa nagpo-provide ng information. Kaya nga tinawag na hot. So how about the cold media? So cold media is also known as cool media. So cool media are those with high-level user interactivity where the experience is more dynamic and the audience is more involved. So dito kay cold media, meron tayong authority or rights na magkaroon ng interaction. So media forms that utilize animation such as video games or provide participation like online media platforms are examples of cool media. Kasi dito sa video games, sino nga ba yung involved dito? Tayo bilang audience. So, ano pa ba? Yung Xbox, 'di ba? Tayo rin naman, kumikilos tayo. May malaking involvement tayo doon kasi hindi gagalaw yung Xbox, yung video games kung wala tayong mga audience. So, pwede rin si online media platforms. Kagaya na lang ng Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Pwede tayong mag-post, mag-comment, mag-share. So, pwede nating gawin yung mga bagay na gusto nating gawin. Pwede tayong mag-provide ng information. Pwede tayong makipag-communicate with the other people. Another example din is yung cellphone natin, yung telephone natin. Wherein, kinakailangan tayo doon bilang audience or user ng gamit or technology na yon. So these are the 3 most significant inventions in communication according to McLuhan, 1962. First one is yung phonetic alphabet natin. Ito, yung picture niya. Second one is the printing press, this one. And our third significant inventions is telegraph. Ito naman. So now, we will be discussing the 4 main periods in the history of communication. Our first period is the tribal age, wherein hearing was the predominant and most valuable sense of perception. So, sa panahon ng tribal age, kasi hindi pa nila alam kung paano magsulat. Kaya nga, ang pinakaginagamit nila para makapag-hunt ng food and maging maalam sila kung ano nga ba yung sakuna na darating, kailangan magaling sila sa listening. And then, yung communication natin dito is open na open. Maganda yung communication nila. Kasi kung hindi sila marunong makipag-communicate sa time na to, paano nila maipoprovide yung information sa bawat isa. Kaya nga sinabi dito na they are highly acoustic. So our second period is the literacy age, wherein sense of sight is dominant. Kasi nga sa panahon na to, nagkaroon na ng invention of the alphabet wherein ang mga tao natuto na silang magbasa. Kaya ang ginagamit na nila is yung paningin nila. So our third one is the print age. So printing press was invented, which meant mass producing written text. So kay literacy age kasi, natuto na sila sa pagbabasa. Kaya nga dito, since they already know how to read and they already know how to write, nagkaroon na or naimbento na yung printing press na kung saan marami ng books ang naipublish. So dahil doon sa publication ng mga libro, nagkaroon na ng building of the libraries and other repositories. So kahit saan na magpunta ang isang tao, kahit na anong oras, pwede na silang makapag-access or makapagbasa. Our number 4 period of communication is the electronic age, wherein ito na yung panahon natin. It is the age of sound and tactile sense of reception. So, lahat ng senses natin dito ay gumagana na. So, according to McLuhan's 1989, which is also known as Global Village, it is a community where everyone in the world is interconnected through media, was evident in the electronic age. So, sa panahon natin ngayon, we are already in the global village na kung saan tayo ay gumagamit na ng media to communicate with the other people. So, kahit na napakalayo ng mahal natin sa buhay, hindi na imposible na ma-communicate or makausap natin sila. So, telegraph was invented which paved the way to the inventions of more recent technology. So, naipakita ko yung picture kanina ng telegraph. So, dahil dito, nagkaroon na ng invention ng telephone, television, mobile phone, and the internet. So, masyado na lang madali na makapag-access sa information at makipag-communicate sa ibang tao. These are the two periods not covered in McLuhan's periodization or the map of history. First one is the information age. The world entered into a new era of media experience in the 21st century. So, ngayon, we are already in the 21st century. So, information age is also known as the digital or new media age. So, tayo, since yung mga media natin ay patuloy na nag-update, including our technology, napakadali na lang para sa atin maghanap ng information kung yung sources ba na pagkukuhanan natin ay nagbibigay ng fact information or hindi. Napakadali na lang din para sa atin na magtanong kung ano nga ba yung hindi natin naiintindihan. Magbigay tayo ng information, mag-share tayo ng knowledge with the other people. Kaya nga, maraming mga bata ngayon na kahit na 5 years old pa lang sila, 6 years old, marami na silang nalalaman. Kasi nga, marami na silang information na pwedeng ma-encounter through the use of the technology or yung media na meron tayo. Our second one is the infrastructure age. So, digital technology and internet become pervasive. There's more involvement in the cyberspace. For example na lang, yung mga television noon. So, nakakapanood lang tayo doon once we have a cable or antenna. Pero ngayon, meron na tayong smart TV na kung saan pwede na tayong connect directly sa internet. Ano pa, yung cellphone noon, kung mapapansin nyo, more on texting lang yon at sa tawag. Pero ngayon, pwede na tayong gumamit ng internet para makapag-access sa social media. So, kasama rin dito yung simple appliances or gadgets at home na pwedeng kontrolin ng internet. Ano pa? Si internet banking transactions and then online purchases. So now, let's discuss the cultural determinism. Kanina, sa technological determinism, si society yung nag-a-adjust kay technology. Samantalang si cultural determinism, si culture at society ang nagiging reason kung bakit nagkakaroon ng updated na technology. So the society is still in control of the technology, and the innovations over time do not dictate how it must adapt and function in relation to these technologies. So sabi dito, technology is a product of need and not the other way around. So meaning, kapag si society hindi niya na kailangan ng isang technology, mag-fade ito. Kaya nga, dito kay cultural determinism, nakadepende yung existence ni technology kay society. Let's differentiate now the traditional versus new media. So now, let's talk about the traditional media. So, forms in the earlier periods of Macluhan's media map, which is yung tribal age, tribal age, literacy age, and yung print age. So the reason why they are traditional because of their specific characteristics that they have and functionalities that they offer. So sabi dito, media experience is limited and the sense receptors used are very specific. It is a one-directional media. So dito, yung communication na nangyayari is one-way communication lamang. So pag sinabi natin one-way communication, si sender lang yung may kakayahan na magdesisyon kung ano yung mga information na ipapublish niya, kung ano yung mga ipapalabas niya. So example na lang dito is yung television advertisement, yung radio advertising, print advertising, yung mga billboards na nakikita natin, yung door-to-door sales wherein pupunta yung isang tao para mag-offer ng product na binibenta nila, yung newspaper, yung mga flyers na ginagamit kapag once na meron silang ibebenta sa atin, yung billboards, yung direct mail, wherein yung sulat na gagawin nila is ilalagay nila sa mailbox. So, yun yung kahit traditional media. So, walang involvement na nagaganap from the receiver. Sila lang yung tagatanggap ng information. So, how about new media? So, the experience is more interactive. So, dito papasok si electronic age. Bakit? Kasi sa panahon natin ngayon, nasa electronic age na tayo wherein malaki yung involvement natin as an audience, diba? Malaki yung interaction na nangyayari. So, the audiences are more involved and are able to send feedback simultaneously. So, hindi lang tayo yung receiver ng information. Pwede rin tayong maging sender of information. So, it integrates all the aspects of the traditional media. So, example na lang, ni new media is the search engine optimization wherein pwede na tayong mag-research kung ano yung mga gusto nating matutunan. Social media, just like the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any other type of social media. Email marketing, wherein hindi na kinakailangan ng isang tao na pumunta sa isang bahay or magpadala ng letter. Pwede na siyang mag-send through the use of email. Ano pa? Yung blogs na pwede tayong magsulat kung ano yung mga gusto nating isulat and then i-upload natin. Ano pa? Yung websites na ginagamit natin na kung saan pwede tayong makapaghanap ng information. Music and television streaming services, yung virtual and augmented reality. So, lahat ng mga media na kung saan merong involvement, malaking involvement or interaction coming from the audience, naka-under siya kay new media. So now, let's discuss the key characteristics of new media according to McQuaid. First one is the interactivity. It is the process wherein nagkakaroon ng interaction ang dalawang tao. So, they can influence each other. So, second one is the social presence or sociability. So, ang mga tao sa panahon dito ay nagiging sociable or friendly. Minsan nga, 'di ba, may mga tao na kahit hindi mo kilala, bigla-bigla kang i-chat at makikipagkaibigan. So, third one is the media richness. So, media has the ability to transmit needed information. So meaning, pwede tayong makapaghanap ng information, ma-evaluate kung si information na ba yan ay makakatulong sa atin, kung fact ba information yan or fake. So number 4 is the autonomy, wherein we have the right to be independent at yung sarili natin yung gagamit nito. So number 5 is playfulness, number 6 is privacy. We have the freedom na magkaroon ng public attention, and then yung personalization. Let's proceed to 4 main categories of new media according to McQuail. Our first one is the interpersonal communication media. So content is private and perishable, and the relationship established and reinforced may be important than the information conveyed. So ibig sabihin, hindi nakafocus yung dalawang tao dito doon sa information na sinend nila or yung nilalaman ng message nila. Saan sila nakafocus doon sa relationship na na-establish nila. So, example na lang si telephone, mobile phone, and email. So, ito ginagamit natin to communicate with the other people. The second one is the interactive play media, video and computer-based games plus virtual reality devices compose this category. So, when we say interactive, merong interaction na nagaganap doon sa user. Si audience dito ay mayroong involvement, malaking involvement. Our third one is the information search media. So it says here that the internet and the World Wide Web become repositories or sources of vast collection of information that can be accessed real-time despite geographical location. So dito, pagdating kay information search media, ginagamit natin si internet and the World Wide Web na source ng information. So, sabi dito, kahit na nasa ang lugar ka pa, makakapag-access ka sa information. Pero syempre, marami tayong kailangang i-consider. What if nasa bundok ka, 'di ba? At walang signal. So, ibig sabihin, you cannot access the information. Pero kung nandun ka sa place na walang problema sa signal, then syempre, makakapag-access ka sa information kahit na anong oras mo gugustuhin. So, information retrieval is no longer limited to personal computers. So, sa panahon kasi noon, nung hindi pa na-update yung mga cellphone, wala pang internet, hindi pa tayo pwedeng mag-download, naka-focus lang tayo sa personal computer. So, yung ibang tao noon, kailangan pang bumili ng PC para lang makagamit ng internet. Pero ngayon, yung information na natin, hindi na lang natin masisearch through the use of our computers or laptop. Pwede na rin natin gamitin yung cellphone natin at yung tablet natin. Our number 4 is the collective participatory media. So it refers to the use of the internet for sharing and exchanging information, ideas, and experiences, and developing active personal relationships. So kaya nga sinabing participatory, 'di ba? Nakikipag-interact ka sa ibang tao. So you are using the internet para ma-share mo sa ibang tao yung information na meron ka, yung knowledge, yung ideas, and yung mga emotions and experiences na nangyari sa buhay mo. So, you can also develop active personal relationships. Kasi nga, dahil sa Facebook, dahil sa mga social media, it's really easy for us na to communicate sa iba't ibang tao. Next is the functions of communication and media. First one is inform citizens. So the reason kung bakit ginagamit ang media is for us to be updated on what is happening around us. Diba? Example na lang, without media na ginagamit natin as a platform of communication, hindi natin malalaman na meron palang sakit na COVID-19. Hindi natin malalaman kung ano ba yung mga dapat nating gawin. So, napaka-importante ng media sa bawat isa sa atin. Second one is to educate us na audience. Nang sa ganun, alam natin kung yung mga information ba na yon ay updated or hindi. Para malaman natin kung ano nga ba yung totoong information or fake news lamang. So, number 3 is to provide a platform for public political discourse. Diba? So, ginagamit ito to provide a public opinion. So, para malaman natin kung ano na nga ba yung nangyayari sa politics, 'di ba? So, sinishare nila kung ano nga ba yung plan nila sa bansa natin. So, number 4 is give publicity to governmental and political institution. So, it is also known as the watchdog wherein, 'di ba, sa pamamagitan ng media nalalaman natin kung ano na nga ba yung nangyayari sa government natin. Kagaya na lang ng nangyayari sa panahon natin ngayon. Nalalaman natin kung ano yung mga batas na muling inilagay nila para sa ikabubuti natin. And syempre, marami pa na information yung pinoprovide ng media regarding sa government natin or yung political institution. So, it also serves as a channel for the advocacy of political viewpoints. Next one is media and government, a love-to-hate relationship. So, yung relationship ng media and government ay parang aso't pusa na kung saan, syempre, hindi natin maiiwasan na magkaroon ng bangayan dito. Sabi dito, this is normal and healthy because media being a watchdog keeps everything at bay. So, lahat ng nangyayari sa government natin ay sinusubaybayan ng media. And then, syempre, si media, yun yung ipapalabas nila sa bawat isa sa atin. Nang sa ganun ay malaman din natin kung ano yung nangyayari. So, our next is normative theories of the press. Our first one is the authoritarian. So, all means of communications are under the control of governing elite, authorities, or influential bureaucrats. So, sabi dito, all forms of communication. So, lahat ng media na ginagamit natin to communicate with the other people are under the control of the governing elite or authority. So, pag sinabi ni government na wag mo itong sasabihin or wag mong ipapublic tong information na to, dapat si media ay susunod. So, bakit nga ba to ginagawa ni government? So, controlling the media is necessary to protect and prevent the people from national threats. So, para rin naman ito sa ikabubuti ng bawat isa sa atin. So, merong full authority si government to restrict yung information na ipoprovide sa atin ni media. Government has all the rights to restrict, censor any sensitive issue from press to maintain peace and security. Kasi ang tao, once na nagkaroon ng negative or nakarinig ng information, grabe yung nagiging reaction. Wherein maglilid to ng rally. 'Di ba? Napapansin naman natin yan ngayon. So, ano nga ba yung censors na hindi pwedeng sabihin or ilabas ng media? It includes political, moral, religious, military, and corporate censor. So, may mga bansa na kung saan talagang when it comes to media, masyado silang stricto. Example na lang, 'di ba, yung sa North Korea. So, si government, meron siyang full authority sa information na ipro-provide ni media. Hindi sila basta-bastang nagpa-publish or nagbo-broadcast ng information. Second one is the Soviet media, wherein the government undertakes or controls the total media and communication. So, itong media, kaya kinokontrol ni government is for our own sake naman din. So, si media, they are using it to provide us information. So, the state has the absolute power to control any media for the benefits of the people. So, yung pag-control naman nila kasi ng media ay nakadepende sa kung ano yung makakapagbigay ng benefits sa atin. So, the state puts an end to private ownership of the press and other media. Hindi kagaya sa mga ibang bansa wherein nagkakaroon ng private ownership. Ang mahirap kasi sa private ownership of the press, 'di ba? Kung ano-ano yung balita na ibinabalita nila. Depende sa kung ano yung gusto nila. Government media provides positive thoughts to create a strong socialized society. So, dito si government, pinapatibay niya yung relationship ng bawat isa sa atin. So, they are providing us information, education, entertainment, motivation, and mobilization. So, the public is encouraged to give feedback which would be able to create interest toward the media. So, tayo na tao, pwede tayong magbigay ng feedback sa media or information na binibigay nila sa atin. Third one is the libertarian. So, liberalism means information is knowledge and knowledge is power. Kasi nga, hindi naman tayo magiging knowledgeable or maalam if wala tayong nalalaman sa isang bagay. At kapag may knowledge tayo, we have the power. So, for example, na lang, 'di ba? Kung hindi natin alam ang batas at hinuli tayo, wala tayong panlaban sa kanila. Pero kung alam natin yung batas, 'di ba? Syempre, alam natin yung gagawin natin. Hindi tayo matataranta. So next one is the libertarianism is free from any authority or any control or censorship and is an idea of individualism and limited government which is not harmful to another. So dito, limited lang yung authority ni government. So pinapayagan ni government na ilabas yung negative man or positive na information. So the people are more than enough to find and judge good ideas from bad because people are rational. So ang bawat isa sa atin, syempre may iba't iba tayong opinion. So there are some people wherein they are using those bad ideas para makapag-isip ng mga improvements. So the press should not restrict anything. Even a negative content may give knowledge and can help make better decision during worst situations. So lahat, mapapositive man or negative, na information ay makakatulong sa bawat isa sa atin. So yun yung paniniwala ng media na to or ng government nila. Our number 4 is social responsibility. So when we say social responsibility, it should be reached by self-control, not government intervention. So ikaw, as a media user, kailangan maging responsible ka when it comes to using media. Kasi kung ano yung ipopost mo na information, ano yung i-share mo na post mo, syempre, hindi lang naman ikaw yung maapektuhan, kundi yung mga nakakita ng post mo. So, view media ownership as a form of public trust or stewardship rather than as an unlimited private franchise. So, ginagamit natin yung media para makapag-provide ng information sa tao. So, kailangan panatilihin nating ingatan yung tiwalang ibinibigay sa atin. So, media has obligation to society. And media ownership is a public trust. So tayo, maging responsible user tayo ng media. Kasi whatever na information yung ipopost natin, maraming tao ang maapektuhan. The government must not merely allow freedom, it must actively promote it when necessary. The government should act to protect the freedom of its citizens. So, kung alam naman ni government na si media ay ginagamit niya yung freedom para saktan yung ibang tao or tapakan yung ibang tao, then that's the time na kikilos si government para protektahan yung rights or yung freedom ni citizen. So, under some circumstances, the government may need to intervene to safeguard the public interest. So, gigit na lang dito si government kapag alam niya na hindi na okay yung information na pinoprovide doon sa publiko. So, that's the end of our Module 2. So, thank you for listening. I hope you understand our lesson and then you gain more knowledge. So, God bless everyone.